Let's have a conversation.
What's happening, everybody? Let's have a conversation. We are here to talk about reindeer games. Now, to be honest with you, when I posted about reindeer games, a lot of people said, I don't care. I'm not watching it. I'm not interested. It's not going to be good. Screw the reindeer games. It's not going to be the same because there's no live feeds, blah, blah, blah. I loved episode 1 of Reindeer Games. I did not know what to expect. When I saw this thing in the rules where they said there's no nominations and there's no eviction ceremonies and power vetoes and that kind of stuff, I was like, man, that really takes away the essence of Big Brother. But no, they didn't say that within those games, there's going to be advantages, there's going to be disadvantages. And essentially, the person who wins the second competition, I don't know if that's going to switch up, but at least from today's episode, the person who wins the second comp has the ability to choose the people who go into the Santa Showdown for the elimination. So alliances showed themselves to matter immediately. But we are not going to start from the end to the beginning. We're going to start from the beginning to the end. I'm just opening up my couple of notes that I took, and let me jump in these comments because the comments are already hot. Hot comments. There's a bunch of you doing lives at the same time. Colleen, you're never supposed to admit that you're watching another live while you're watching my live. Just kidding, though. How you doing? Hi, Charm Life. Good evening, Ed. Good evening, Edward. We got the Edward connection in the building today. Hello, Mike. Lovely's Jessica. Oh, that's right. That's right. Hey, Cass. Got this playing in the background as I have less than an hour to submit a 4-page paper and I'm 1 page in. It was so good. It was so good. They had the ugly sweaters going on. They had Santa in the building. Episode 1 was amazing. I said that I needed this to take the bad taste out of my mouth from Big Brother 25, and so far so great with that. Seeing these returning legends and just it was a really good episode to me. Hey, Tasha. I know that there's the Discord stuff going on. Yeah. I didn't watch, but wanted to come support your channel. Thank you, Jewel. Everything that they said at the beginning, I feel like Big Brother wrote that whole thing. I mean, why are they just randomly going to have pots sitting there when Josh walks in and have him do dun, 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 dun. You know, production was like, Josh, we got these pots for you. So we're going to do this so that we have this as a clip to show everybody on the Twitter and Instagram and all that. And then when Taylor came in and she was like, well, y'all know I want to be the nutcracker. I'm like, they wrote all of this, but it's okay. The comps are real. The stuff they're saying in the diary rooms, to me, clearly scripted, but is the best beginning to Big Bro that I've seen in the longest time. I know. I'm trying to get through these comments. I'm trying to dive into everything. Okay. Brittany looked great. She did. She did. So did Danielle. Hi, Joan. I want an intro like that. Josh was great. Whole time. I figured out that there's an Ed and an Edward. Okay, so here we go. So we get into the intros of everybody. So I took a few notes here. I was wondering how Nicole and Cody were going to interact with each other, which I said before, because I remember, I think it was last year, somebody asked in the comment section about Cody's relationship with Nicole, Cody's current relationship with Nicole. And Cody was like, let's just say I haven't spoken to her and I wouldn't want to speak to her again. Our last conversation didn't go too well, and I'm going to leave it at that. And Derek was like, same here. My last conversation with her did not go well either, and we're not friends, and that's that. So I was like, okay, we're definitely going to have some enemies. So they're kind of frenemies in this house. He hugged her and he said, it's so good to see you. But obviously, you know that you're going to be playing these games with her. So you're not going to be like, I hate you. But as a body language expert like myself, they're uncomfortable around each other, obviously. Okay, so we had Josh, as y'all mentioned in those comments, coming in with his POTS entrance. Taylor coming back in there. Taylor, if anyone follows off-season stuff, Taylor and X have met up in Michigan before, and they're friends. They know each other. They've hung out. I think Taylor's even hung out with X's fiance and him before. So she clearly made it known from the beginning, both in the diary room and kind of publicly, which I don't really think she should have let on, how strong of a connection she has with X and how much she wants to be aligned with X. But yeah, there was that. Oh, look, I just found these random bots. Stop hating on Josh's entrance. Edward, LMAO, I died when she said he was giving nothing. That, you know what? Your jokes about the cameo that X gave me was why I found X's convo with Brittany to be so funny. But anyways, pre-gaming can make or break for sure, for sure, for sure. So Taylor and Josh got together and talked about who they potentially want to work with. So for them, they were like, okay, Josh was like, you, Danielle, Xavier, right? So Xavier and Taylor are working together. I guess Josh is probably on the fringe for them. Danielle was like, oh, obviously I'm going to say that I'm aligned with Xavier and Josh and Taylor, but they're all winners and they're all big threats. So, like, I'm Team Danielle and I'm willing to stab them in the back. I was like, okay, Danielle. Danielle came to play. I liked hearing that. Danielle came to play. Needs to get mental health continued. I wish I had that soundbite with me right now to play for y'all, but when I'm under pressure, I can't find things fast enough. But yeah, X's cameo that he left me a lot to be desired. So they had Brittany and Nicole having a chat, and they gave some of the history that on All Stars, on the second All Stars, season 22, after that season, Brittany said some nasty things, I guess, about Nicole on social media, and they hurt Nicole's feelings. Brittany apologized to Nicole. I kind of take apologies at in this juncture with a grain of salt because they know this is a 6-episode, a 6-day game. So it's like you got to be on as good terms as possible with whoever is in there with you for as long as possible. So I don't know if she really thought about that beforehand or if it's like she's here, so I have to just try to make sure I don't have this enemy in the house. So I kind of think it was more of that, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just here for the games. I'm like Ed. Ed always says I'm not really deeply emotionally tied to their backstories. That's how I am. I'm like, they're in the house. Let's just see how they do in the house. May the best person win. That's so true, Ed. If you take a shot, don't miss. So none of them knew how all these games are going to go. We started out with the Naughty and Nice challenge. So the Naughty and Nice challenge was that they gave clues. And you were supposed to guess what the clues meant towards picking a song. So they had a house. That was what they started out with. A couple of people made guesses on the house. They had a finger pointing upwards. Brittany and Danielle got to speaking, and they realized the songs are up on the housetop, which Brittany actually told Danielle, and based on the order it made it look like on the show, it seemed like Danielle guessed before Brittany, but she didn't say up on the housetop. She said old Saint Nick, I think she said. So she gave the wrong name. So Brittany ends up winning. Poor Danielle, she knew the song and not the title. I know. I guess the song right away. I am so grateful, Frankie, for Frankie and Xavier tonight, though. I've heard way too much from Daddy. The combo, that's the combo to look out for, Britt and Danny. Yeah, here, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. And it seems like the ladies are pretty much wanting to take out the guys. So if they get power, as the ladies get power, I feel like they got the W tonight for having two strong guys go against each other. Thanks for the super chat, Edward. Was anybody else thinking the prize money was going to be different? Was any of them thinking that? Because they told us that it was going to be 100K. Yeah, so we all in the Discord to give everyone an in on what they're talking about is that we did a reindeer game draft. The draft picks that we got, we did a random order and we all selected. And yeah, so my picks are looking good today. Ma's picks are looking good today. Cass picked Cam. Okay. I knew it was up on the housetop. I hope she wins. That would be dope. Brittany is winning. I like Britt too. Okay. So Brittany won the first challenge, and then she was told that she was going to get an advantage for the next game and that she was going to give somebody a disadvantage for the next game. But quite frankly, the game they were playing, the advantage and the disadvantage did not matter that much. But what did matter was the politicking. The politicking that was done with Brittany having conversations with all the people in the house. That was what really mattered from that advantage disadvantage thing. So we were all laughing in the Discord that she was like, X is just giving me a lot of yes, yes, yeah, yes. That's X. I mean, that's what X did on BB23. The politicking for him was terrible because Brittany doesn't know him. So this was his space where he was supposed to be talking to her and doing some kind of convincing. Like, this is the reason why you need to keep me in the game and not give me whatever, what is it called? The naughty list disadvantage, whatever it was. Yeah. So everybody thought Cody's a big threat. A lot of people wanted Cody. Brittany said, I'm going to go based upon the majority, what the majority of the people in the house are saying. So it seemed like it was kind of coming down to X. It was coming down to Cody. I think those were pretty much the top two. Tasha, how are your picks looking today? Thanks. And thanks, Ed, for trying to share the stream. I was thinking as a viewer, the prize money. Well, if you think about it, it's only they were only there for 10 days, or it's only airing for 10 days, but it's only a 6-episode thing. They're not even living in the house. And imagine getting a payday of $100,000 for 6 days of work, especially. And then they're probably going to get some kind of money for showing up. They're not showing up for nothing. At the end of the day, it still counts. I still like Cody and his giant target. Well, that's the whole cool thing about this version of Big Brother, because it operates like the challenge. Because on the challenge, you can't just simply vote somebody out. You can vote them to have a chance to go out, but somebody still has to beat them. So you throw X in there, you throw Cody in there. I'm skipping ahead. I'm not trying to skip ahead. That's why I haven't mentioned that yet. Fast moving game. I like fast moving games. And after that 100 days in the Big Brother house, I'm cool with a fast moving game. Give us a fast moving game. So when Brittany talks to all the ladies, they're all pretty much like, we need to get one of the guys out. When Frankie's talking to Brittany, he's like, we got to get one of the guys out. But obviously, Frankie is close to Cody. So I think that he wants to keep Cody in there because of his friendship with Cody, number one. But number two, because I think that that's the only guy that he wants to have allegiance with. And he wants Cody to be there as a shield for him. That's just my thinking of what Frankie's thinking about Cody. Like, he wouldn't mind Cody going out in episode 5 type of thing, but he would want to keep him in there for a little bit, for most of the game up to the end. So the advantage in the second game, like I said, and the disadvantage didn't mean much because it was one of these team type of things. Really, it was based on alliance and pre-gaming, whatever they talked about before. Since we don't see live feeds, we don't know all of what conversations that they had, but clearly they went into game number 2 with a plan. And this was called Jingle Bell Brawl, which Brittany and I guess all the ladies were like, well, it's called Jingle Bell Brawl, so that means that we're going to be brawling. But really, it was just, walking across the balance beam and putting the letter in the person's mailbox who you want to see lose that challenge. And then the person who gets all the letters out of their mailbox first is the person who wins the challenge. So everybody instantly goes for Cameron because they're like, we don't know this guy. He's the newest person to the show. No skin off our back. He doesn't have any clout. He doesn't have any real friends in this house like that. Even though, he's spoken to some of them, but still, they're not going to be more aligned to him than anyone else. So easy choice going for Cam. And Cody was the person who was chosen for the disadvantage. So he got one extra thing in his mailbox, letter in his mailbox. Yeah, so that's how that went. And Frankie was being political, which was smart. Let me get back to these comments because I know there's a lot of comments again. Mark and May want to act like besties, friends now. We are besties cast for now anyways. I got you, Holly. I said the same thing when Taylor was talking to Frankie. Oh, yeah. Like Taylor showing her hand. But I was saying, Taylor is not used to being aligned with anybody like that. I mean, she got the leftovers eventually, and then she aligned with Monty. But, it wasn't like she had an alliance like that from the beginning. Everyone was trying to get her out. And in this house, she's not the biggest threat. So even if she wants X in there, she should have made it a little bit less obvious. Lisa's pics aren't looking so hot either. Ed, you're giving me the little hope I have left hyping up Cody. Don't know what happened, but I've been listening to the sweater song for 15 minutes while the chat ran. I feel like one major cardinal rule is do not reveal who you don't. Yes. Like give reasons for why you want somebody to be in. Don't spend your focus on reasons why you don't want to put somebody in. Because telling him don't pick X, I definitely don't want X in there. Well, I'm skipping ahead again. But I'm just going by y'all comments. So let's just get into that. Frankie wins round 2. The round 1 advantage Brittany was pissed about, and I would be pissed too, because all it made her do was show her hand. It didn't really do anything for her game-wise, because one less letter than everyone is not a huge advantage in that kind of game. and one more letter is not a huge disadvantage for somebody else in the game. The real advantage was getting to be safe from elimination by winning the second game. So the safety was like the real prize of this thing. So Frankie ends up being the person who wins because for some reason, people always forget about how good Frankie is. Cody said it in the diary room. We all saw it on season 16. Frankie is not just Ariana Grande's brother. He's actually excellent at Big Brother. So he's talking to everybody to see who he gets to pick two people to go in this Santa showdown. The Santa showdown is going to determine one person wins and stays and one person loses and goes home first episode. So it's a big decision. We all kind of knew that Cameron was going to be the default choice. Like Cameron was in the same position he was in Big Brother, win or go home. The second pick was unknown, but we could see based on where all the conversations were going and where the loyalties laid. The only way that X wasn't going to go in is if he won himself or probably if Taylor won. So Frankie winning was big for Cody because Cody's target was huge, but Frankie is probably the one person who would keep him safe. Taylor said that she would throw in Cody. So yeah, that's what happened with that. So Frankie takes that huge decision. He speaks to everybody, does some politicking, but I think that it was pretty clear that he was going to pick Cameron and X. And we saw that Cameron was really good with puzzles, eliminations, and all that. But X is excellent at those things. And honestly, even though they made the editing make it look like it was close, he spanked him in the competition. Like I don't think when you look at how his puzzle looked at the end and you look at how Cameron's puzzle looked at the end, I think he beat him by a wide margin. And that's kind of the cool intrigue piece of Big Brother Reindeer games is that it's win or go home when you get into those final eliminations. And there's no real benefit to throwing games. Well, maybe the first game, I don't know. If every first game, excuse me, if every first game has that kind of whack prize, maybe, but yeah, we saw an X that we probably didn't even see. Well, we saw X one or two times on his season when he had to get off the block and win a power veto, go crazy like that. But gonna have to go back and watch the first 15 minutes of this vid. What a dink. They thought Jingle Bell would be like Hall Brawl. WTF is this dude with the hair? What dude? I don't know what you're talking about, Ed. It was better than the you're talking about Cameron. When his hair goes up, he means business. Unfortunately, he went bankrupt. They ganged up on Cam super hard. They played. This is like something that would happen on the challenge. If y'all watch the challenge, they have games just like this. Not necessarily with the balance being part of it, but they definitely have games just like this where you're choosing who gets the most of whatever, and then you eliminate them. They have games like that. So Reindeer games is kind of running like how the challenge runs. I was hoping Cam would keep getting thrown in and get me comp points. He got bodied. X totally dominated. X rocked that game. Glad Frankie put him up to beat Cam. Well, the one thing that Frankie said, even though it was partially because X is the least connected, it was like if we put Cam in there against somebody, we want to put him against somebody who could beat him. So that is true. That was probably a good selection. Even though I was sweating bullets, I'm like, please do not let Cam take out my guy X. Please, please. X is not even one of my draft picks, but my soul wouldn't be able to get over that. If he gets out anytime after that, I'm cool. I just couldn't have him get out against Cameron. Ma called that in the Discord too. So we had Cameron and X going head to head in this puzzle challenge. Like I said, X seemed to win by a significant margin. Cameron was just fanning out. Oh, you're a 2-month member. Shout out to Edward. Shout out to Edward for your 2-month membership. Glad X is still there too. I did. So then there were 8. I'm going to start making my own. You know how Santa made his poem, his 12 Days of Christmas style poem? Yeah, I'm going to start making my own. So on the first day of 6 days, we lost Cameron, who was the stray cat from Big Brother 25, who got added to the roster, unfortunately. And he got out in the first episode. Clearly, we saw that people were like, we don't care. He's new. Even Josh was like, sorry. By the way, y'all know how I feel about Josh. Josh was terrible in the balance beam. Josh guessed Feliz Navidad for the first for the song challenge. But I told Lisa, I give Josh probably 3 episodes because nobody's ever going to be like, well, Josh is a bigger threat than Cody, Frankie, and X. So that automatically puts Josh on the 4th place in the pecking order, and there's only 6 episodes. So Josh is going to float a little bit because he sucks. Let's see. His are Danielle, Frankie, and X. That was the issue. I cheered when X won while my draft points went up in flames. Mine is Taylor, Danielle, and probably X. Josh wants to lose. Josh is hilarious. I'll give him the entertainment part. Feliz Navidad. So here's the thing. Josh ain't no comp threat. But if y'all remember, Josh actually, after being so terrible the whole season, ends up winning the final HOH on his season and making the decision to eliminate Christmas. And the reason why he eliminated Christmas was actually genius and won him the game. Because if Christmas was in there, it would kind of be social versus social. And I think Christmas would have stood a better chance of winning versus Paul, because Paul had enemies. I mean, a better chance of winning than Josh, because Josh had enemies. But Paul happened to have like one more enemy than Josh. So he slid by and won his 500K because of that. Nicole. So what I'm saying by that is if you're in the final episode, you have a chance to win. I don't care if it was Cody X, if it was Cody X, Frankie, and Josh in there, which I don't think it's going to be, but let's just say that it happened to be the 4 guys there. Josh could win because it's a wild card. You don't know what games they're going to give you, and you could just win once at the right time, and you never know. Will I say that that's his most likely scenario? Definitely not. Definitely not. But I'm not counting Josh out, whether I like him or not. I'm a statistics kind of person. Okay, so things that we have learned from the first episode. I think that generally, 100%. I don't know when he's going to cry, but 100% it's going to happen at some point. So things that I learned from episode 1. Nicole and Cody are frenemies. And by frenemies, I mean they're going to be somewhat friendly to each other while they're in the house, but clearly any chance they have to gun against each other, they're going to try to get each other out. X only major ally seems to be Taylor, and Taylor could actually benefit from having the backs of the ladies, Danielle, Brittany, and Nicole. Well, maybe less Nicole, because I feel like Nicole is at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to the ladies. But she could have the benefit of Brittany and Danielle. She could definitely have the benefit of Brittany and Danielle. But if she makes it too clear that X is somebody she wants in the game like that, they could say, we need to get Taylor out of there. So I think that she's not playing the game too well right now. She's not in the worst spot, but she's not in the best spot. Nicole is in an interestingly, possibly good spot, but then a dangerous spot at the same time. The dangerous part is that Cody doesn't like her. So I wonder to myself, if and when Cody eventually wins one of these things and gets a power, if he's going to go with, I'm going to get her out I'm going to try to get her out because she's clearly against me, or am I going to go for a bigger threat to win a comp? So that's why I said she's in an interesting spot, because she's not a primary target for anybody. So it is a possibility that Nicole could slip by and slide by in this game. Nicole uses dudes, not ladies. Miss New Year can kick rocks. What's the worst holiday? We can rename her that. She lies to ladies. Ma, rename her April Fools because she's a joke. Y'all are ruthless today. Yeah, so who else do we got? Brittany. Brittany showed that her mind is in there. She's really, I think Brittany made the most inroads when it comes to learning about people today. I think that she did really good with the one-on-one conversations and seeing where everyone's head is at. And she was very smart in terms of not just saying, hey, I want to throw Cody in because he's a big threat. She was like, I'm going to deflect the fact that I want Cody in by saying the majority of the house wanted Cody in. And that's why Cody is going in. Now, who else did I miss here? Xavier's stock for me went lower because I'm like, Xavier, you cannot be in there. It's like when they showed him in the diary room at the end after winning, he was like, this is worse than Big Brother. Well, it's not really worse than Big Brother. It's just a 6-episode game. And there's no way that you can coast for like 60, 70 days when you have 6 days to work with. You have to immediately be playing this game hard. And when I say playing this game hard, I don't mean competitions. I mean politics. And we're seeing that politics was actually a weakness for Xavier. It just wasn't so pronounced because we had big names and big personalities gunning for each other. And he's like, I'm just going to sit back and do nothing until I have to do something. Nope. In this game, you got to do things every episode, X. So X has got to do more. Taylor has got to do a better job of convincing those ladies that she's going to be working with them. I don't really know what Nicole has to do differently. Nicole is Nicole. Josh is Josh. Josh is going to Josh. I like Danielle's position in the game. I do. I like Danielle's position in the game. I think that she has a very good lock on the political side of things. How she's going to do in the comps, I don't know. But the politics really do matter in this game. Because despite the fact that there's no vetoes and there's no eliminations, the biggest thing is making sure that you're not a top name that people are going to throw into that Santa showdown. That's the biggest part of every episode. I'll be sending wood for Miss Groundhog's Day. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I thought about that. I'm like, they have 3 out of 9. They have 33% of the house from one season. But the fact of the matter is, I think they knew what they were doing with one of those people being Nicole. Because when Frankie said, "Oh, I don't think that Cody is going to go after us," I'm like, she's not that stupid. Like, us. Cody's gonna go after Nicole the first chance he gets, and he was doing so in that challenge. Come on now, come on now, Edward. You must be having a bit of fun. Stop! Don't scare me like that, Ed. I loved the fact that we got to see people playing that game. Y'all, I just have to. You have to give me a minute because I just have to find my video that X made and show y'all for those who didn't see it. If I can find it fast enough, because then you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. It used to be my intro. Of course, whenever I'm looking for it and I need it, I can't find it, but I'm gonna look for it for 2 seconds. If I can't find it. Oh, I got it. I got it. I actually got it. I actually got it. I'm going to show y'all so that you can see what everybody keeps making a joke about. The Xavier joke. I don't dislike Xavier, but he swindled me for my money.
Going on, Mark? This is Xavier from Big Brother Season 23, and I just wanted to give you a little shout out. I want to just give a shout out to your YouTube channel called Music and Mental Health. That's dope. I love both of those things. I love that you're bringing awareness to mental health while also blessing people with dope music. That's fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah. In all its glory. In all its glory. That's what everybody keeps making the joke about. I asked him more than that, and that's what he gave me. Shout out to your channel, Music and Mental Health. I like both of those things, that you bless the people with good music, and I love mental health, and both of those things are dope. So when I was watching him having that conversation with Brittany, and Brittany was like, "This man is giving me nothing," I was like, "I feel you, Brittany." I paid for my nothing. You got your nothing for free on a show. I paid hard-earned money out of my paycheck to get this man to give me a channel promo. And that's what I got. So it is what it is. I was over it, but then Cass and May and those people in my Discord kind of refueled the fire for me, because I remember being angry when I first saw it. I was like, bro, this is what you gave me? This is what you gave me? And then I asked him a Kylan question, which he didn't even answer. Even if you're not going to answer the Kylan question, at least give me something else that makes me feel like I got something from what I paid you for. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I know, right? I'll be like, X, you don't even have to give me the 100K. You just got to give me like 5,000 to make up for the 50, and I would be good with that. Someone posted a cameo from Comerica the other day, and she talked for a while. Well, X's cameo is the shortest one I've ever received by far. His is the only one that I ever received that's less than a minute. I got one from Paulie Calafiore, Cody's brother. I got one for, well, I didn't get that from me. I got it for somebody else. I got Ruben Studdard, who actually did this nice one and sang happy birthday to my mom. I got one from Wes Bergman. I got one from Nia from the challenge. I got one from Hannah Chatta. I got one from, I can't remember, one or two more, but none of them were under at least 2 to 3 minutes. His was the only one that was that short. His was the only one that was less than 1 minute. I, I remember when he made that cameo for me, I actually went on Cameo and looked up the rules and was like, okay, what is the shortest amount that a cameo can be? Because I was like, is it even legal for him to give me one that's that short? And they said that the cameo can be 15 seconds. So I was like, wow. Knowing what I know now, it would be the most rare of scenarios for me to book someone's cameo without seeing at least 5 or 6 of their cameos that they have displayed. Because he had no cameos at the time. I think I booked him the same day that he went on Cameo. I've gotten a cameo as long as 13 minutes from Nia from the challenge. She gave me a 13-minute cameo. Oh, Hisela from the challenge. That was another person I couldn't think of. Oh, yeah, I loved Mimi's cameo. Mimi's cameo might have been the favorite. It's only the only reason I'm saying might. It's my favorite. In terms of one that was addressed to my name, is definitely my favorite. But the reason why I'm debating on the favorite is because 2 that I gave away, one from Wes and one from Ruben Studdard, those ones were excellent, and the people I gave them to loved them. But in terms of one that was just for me personally, yeah, Mimi's is definitely my number one. But I'm still upset that CBS has not responded to my interview request. And my thing is, even if they never respond to my request, I don't think that it's off the table for me to ever get a Mimi interview, but it's not gonna be like relevant to the season that just happened. I might have questions about that, but I'm sure that I'll probably see her when maybe one of the best things to have done might have been to hop over to Washington when she was over there. But I'll probably see her if she comes to the Big Brother premiere party next year, and maybe I'll get a chance to ask her in person, which seems to be a more effective way to get some of these interviews. We'll see. I'm looking ahead at Gail's comment. That's why I was laughing. I agree. Cameos, Kylan's cameo would have. There's probably no such thing as a short anything from Kylan. I was actually laughing with Alyssa Lopez about that because I watched this podcast that Kylan did with Alyssa. And so when I did my interview with Alyssa, I was like, you seem to be very patient with Kylan, and you seem to understand the way that he communicates. And she was like, yeah, like once you've been around him for a while and you heard him speak for a while, you kind of just, get to know who he is, and he's misunderstood and etc. But I saw Kylan. I met Kylan. Kylan was at BB25 premiere, and some of y'all know the drama that ensued because of that. But anyways, my assessment for Big Brother Reindeer Games, honestly, 10 out of 10 first episode. I haven't enjoyed a first episode of Big Brother that much in a while. Even though I know it's its own different entity, it's not like regular Big Brother. But I loved Big Brother Reindeer Games episode 1. I'm very, very much looking forward to episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's going to be 6 episodes. It's going to be fast paced. It's going to be fast moving. Where are we at here? I wonder if I can I wonder if I had the picture here. That's the only reason why. Okay, I do. Here we go. So try to get these all on the screen. So we lost our first soldier. I'm wrapping this up. We lost our first soldier, which was Mr. Cameron. Cameron's out of there. We got Daniel, Brittany, Frankie, Taylor, Josh, Cody, Nicole, Xavier. The people who stood out the most to me in terms of having the best first episodes, Frankie, Danielle, Brittany. I think that those are the people who had the best first episode in terms of power. Danielle, Brittany, and Frankie. Obviously, 2 of the 3 of them won. And I think Danielle in terms of just her positioning in the game. I think that middle of the pack for the episode, Josh and Nicole. Maybe arguably Taylor I might put as a middle of the pack person after episode 1, of course. And I have X obviously at the bottom because he was in the Santa challenge. And Cody I have at the bottom too, just because, not because I think that he's gonna go out, but this is like a semi-power ranking thing, just based on the fact that he had so many targets on his back. But what I'm gonna do, the next episode is tomorrow, actually. Ooh, we got an episode tomorrow, y'all. We got an episode tomorrow. Predictions. Who do you think goes home tomorrow? Let me take a look at this list. Okay. I know it's a crapshoot because there's 3 challenges. So we don't know. They said we don't know if it's going to be pairs. We don't know if it's going to be individual teams of 3. So they're going to be switching it up. So it's hard to really predict. But Taylor might have put herself in a bad position because I'm thinking about the fact that in the last competition, even if everybody says, "Oh, I want Cody in," somebody has to take Cody out, and it's hard. It's going to be hard to take Cody out. So I'm thinking a lady might go in episode 2. And as far as ladies go, I could possibly see Taylor and Nicole getting up in there. Like if a Cody won. Oh, but if Xavier won, Taylor wouldn't be going in there. But if a Cody won or if a Frankie won again, I don't think Daniel and Brittany would go for the ladies. I don't know. It's hard to guess. But I'm excited that we have an episode tomorrow. That's all. That's it, and that's all. We got Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday episodes this week and next week. So I'm excited to see how it goes. And being in the middle is a good place to be, honestly. In this game, being in the middle is a good place to be. Because if they're not saying you're the biggest threat, then you're in a good spot. Were these comps even for everyone, do you think? Well, comp 1 was kind of anyone could have won that comp. Comp 2 was definitely alliance and strategy based. And comp 3 was just plain a comp. Like a puzzle comp. It is what it is. Xavier is excellent at puzzles. And it's funny that they made it sound like when they were showing Cam's diary room entries, they made it sound like he was so good with strategy on the puzzles, and he was all right. I want to spend that $80 on my family. Yeah. So for those who don't know, There's $80 on the line for those of us who participated in the draft. There was 5 of us. We all put in $20 a piece, and the winner of that pot, the person who has the most points is going to get $80. But actually, I am going to bump that up. And the reason I'm going to bump that up, you can put $20 in if you want. Are you saying $20 for the people who are playing? That's the only thing I want to know. If so, then you absolutely can. But what I was going to say, even before you said that, was that I'm going to add a little bit to the pot based on the fact that, I mean, it's not much, but I mentioned to my Discord that Lisa gave an extra $4, probably because of just trying to ensure that she was above the exchange rate. So she ended up putting in 24, so that's an extra $4. And then your 5 that you just threw in there for me, even though that was for me, I would love to throw that in there somewhere. So I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do with that and how. It's an extra like $9-10 to put in there. And also, as assuming that it's not me who wins second place, I would like to give second place one of my care packages that I have put together for free. Unfortunately, that person will not be Lisa, because I'm not going to be sending it over to Canada. Actually, if it was Lisa, I could give it to Lisa. Yeah, I do have a way to do that. So scratch what I just said. And I don't even think Lisa is here. Frankie saw through Taylor, which means he'll tell Cody. He already did tell Cody. Danielle wasn't falling for Taylor's mess either. Yeah, she did not put herself in a good position. I mean, if anyone wanted to contribute to the pot, you absolutely can. However, at this point, that would just be you giving a contribution to the parties that are playing. And I will keep record of that publicly. If you decide to do that, thank you. You don't have to. But we'll add that to the prize pot. They edited it to look like even. Yep. They did the challenge special. For those who watch the challenge, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's going to be hard because X is going to win. This is the thing. X sent a message today because I don't think that it's like Cam is bad at what he did. I just think that X is just that good. When I interviewed Alyssa said we didn't realize how badly that X was throwing those competitions until we saw him in a competition that he had to win. He sent a message. I agree, Ed. He sent a message. So now it's not just like, oh, we have the least connections to you, so we're going to throw you in. So let's say that, I don't know, a random person wins. Nobody's really random. But let's say Danielle decides to win and she wants X to go in there. And she wants X to go in there against Cody. I mean, yeah, X against Cody is a great choice in a way because, you're getting out one of the strongest comp people. But then there's a chance that whichever one of them comes back is now gunning for you. So if they win, they're going to put you up. So that's the part that is, political. You know what I'm saying? I'm really going to make this poem, though, for the remaining 8 people in the house. It's going to be good. 12-12. It is 12-12 today. For those of us who are on the East Coast, it's 12-12. She probably is trying to get those kids to bed because Lisa does not miss. We all know Lisa's going to jump on Discord at some point if she has not already, because I haven't looked. and say that she's sorry that she missed, because Lisa takes this seriously. Like, this is a job, which I appreciate. I'm not making fun of that. I appreciate that. Oh, you're supposed to be done. It's your birthday. Everybody, throw some balloons, some hands, some gifts in this chat for Charmed Life's birthday. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to bed very shortly too. I have to be up very early in the morning, so I'm going to bed shortly. But before I go, show some love, throw some hearts in there. Happy birthday to Charmed Life. Good luck with your exams, Edward. Appreciate you for jumping on. Thank you for being a 2-month member. I think that you might be my longest member on this channel, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to double check on that, but I think you could have been my first member. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, is she 33? The big 33. Yeah, Ma remembers all that stuff. I need to have like a birthday calendar. What I want to start doing with y'all is to create a birthday calendar. I'm going to do that. I'm going to create a birthday calendar, and y'all can all, if you would like to participate, put your birthdays on the calendar, and I'll give you a special member, a special mention. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said member. Maybe a membership. But the problem is I learned from this thing, if you do a gift membership for somebody, it goes to a random person. You can't pick who it's going to go to. So the big 3-3. I remember the big 3-3 like it was 3 years ago. You've been a member since who's my birthday? You became a member on my birthday? I didn't know. Oh, yeah, the 1990 thing. Well, yeah, I knew that, but you remember no, you didn't remember my birthday. You added a year to my birthday, so you couldn't subtract 2023 from 1987. So therefore, sometimes the math ain't mathing. Oh, that gives me a beautiful opportunity to throw Mimi in there.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
The math is not mathing, y'all. So once again, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. I'm so looking forward to the remaining 2 episodes this week and the remaining 3 episodes next week. It's going to be a fun, quick ride. Unlike Big Brother 25, much shorter, much faster, much better played competitions. And I'm going to jump on my Discord before I go to bed and update our not our power rankings, but just our rankings period, our point rankings for our fantasy game. If this is not obviously a requirement, but if anybody wanted to donate to our pot of the funds that we put in for the competition, the 5 of us who are competing, I would disperse that, amongst those of us who are competing. I'm already going to add Edward's 5 that he put in there. I'm going to add that to that. And I'm going to add Lisa's extra $4 in there. So I think the way that I would do that, I think that it would, I'll ask y'all because I always ask everybody, but I think that I would rather add that to second place so you get a little bit of something versus adding that to first place. That's just my thought right now, but you guys can tell me in my Discord. And I got to remember where the Diddy bopping one is because I haven't used it in so long.
Okay. Well, guess what? If I win, somebody ain't Diddy bopping.
Right. Okay.
I can tell you that. If I win, one of them won't be Diddy bopping.
And I want to show love to all of you. Thank you so much. Second place get the money and the care package. Yes, they do. Second place gets the money and the care package. I said it on here. I'm confirming that on Discord. Second place gets the care package in addition to the money. So maybe the care package counts for the money, so I can add the extra $9 to the first place instead. We'll sort all that out. We will sort all that out on Discord. Because I don't run a dictatorship. I always want the majority to agree, like Brittany. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll be back here tomorrow night. I don't know what time the episode airs. I think, it airs 9 to 10. So we'll be here an hour earlier tomorrow at 10. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Oh. Well, at least 10 is after the challenge episode airs for me. So yeah, it's after the challenge episode airs for me. So it will give me a chance. No, it's not. It overlaps. Well, this is 1 week where I'm going to have to actually sacrifice watching the challenge on time to be able to see the Big Brother Reindeer games, sadly. But I'm willing to do that because rock, paper, scissors. If you know, you know. I know. That's why I'm like, if this one was 2 hours, how are they going to make the next ones all 1 hour? I don't understand that. Yeah, and you'll have to sacrifice watching Survivor if you want to watch. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you'll have to sacrifice a part of Survivor because they're on at the same time. And then I guess Amazing Race is done, right? They had the last episode already, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. But the last half hour of what are they doing with that? Because if Reindeer Games is 9 and Survivor is, I'm bugging. Today is Tuesday. I was just looking at my thing and seeing that it said Tuesday and thinking that tomorrow was Wednesday. We don't even have this problem. Forget everything that I just said. It's a Tuesday episode. So we're able to watch everything. We're able to watch it by itself tomorrow. And then there's no episode on Wednesday. There's an episode on Thursday. So scratch what I just said. No, it's not even the bed thing. It's that I'm looking at my calendar and it's showing me Tuesday. And I forgot that it just turned Tuesday for me 9 minutes ago. All right. So I'm off of this thing. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And let's close off with this note from.
You are now tuned in to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective.
What's up, family? It's Mimi from Big Brother Season 25, and you are now tuned in to Mindful Reality with Mark. I need for y'all to stop what you're doing and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe because the math ain't mathin', okay?